Hey guys and girls, I'm Arbezenoki and welcome to the first and only bonus video for my Pikmin Let's Play. In this bonus video, I am going to actually be listing out Olimar's Voyage logs because there are a great deal of them. There are actually 68 and apparently plus 3 that never appear in the final game. I will actually be reading this out of a website, so if you actually want to read these for yourself, then I will also include a link to the page I'm using right now in the description below. So, let's begin. Okay, this log always appears on the first day. Day 1, I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the unknown lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. However, they merely decided to join me for other reasons. Either way, it seems they'll help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hogatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. This following log only appears on the 10th day. It is very strange, the scenery of this planet, which I once found hostile, now sometimes strikes me as surprisingly serene. Perhaps the Pikmin have opened my heart to the beauty of this world. I even start to think there are some parts I do not need. A daydream. This following log only happens on the 29th day. Tomorrow is the day my life support system fails. If I do not recover all my parts, I have no choice but to try to blast off. Missing a few parts may not affect my attempts to return to Hogatate, but then again, it may. At any rate, I must try to recover the remaining parts tomorrow. This only happens on day 30, when you collect all ship parts. I have finally recovered all 30 parts of my ship, and succeeded in escaping the strange world. To think all the times I almost gave up, now distant surface, the brave Pikmin that aided me in my perilous quest, are running about as if I had never come. Will our paths cross again? At any rate, I can finally return to my home world. I feel relief, of course, but I also sense sadness. I can't exactly say. Perhaps I'm just thinking of the long journey through space that still lies before me. This time, I shall set my ship's navigation system so I encounter no more meteors and shall enjoy a long relaxing sleep. I shan't forget you, Pikmin, and this following one happens on day 30 if you have less than 25 ship parts. I'm so very tired. Following logs, they note aspects on the game and only appear when a player is having trouble with the parts of the game. They can appear on any day. Blue Pikmin. Deep in the cave I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows are something resembling gills on their cheeks, and they appear to be amphibious, surviving both in water and on land. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even in this alien land. Bomb rock. Oh horrors, a bomb rock explosion engulfed my Pikmin. That last horrified facial expression is burned into my memory. I must review my procedures for handling Pikmin with bomb rocks so that I do not repeat this mistake. When I press A to throw Pikmin who are carrying bomb rocks and call them back with B, they drop their bomb rocks and come back. But if I directly touch those Pikmin, they keep their bomb rocks and rejoin the group. To separate those who have bomb rocks from those who do not, I can press X to disband them or hold A and grab one for a moment. Collecting pellets. The Pikmin always carry their prey back to the onions. Close observation indicates that taking food pellets through onions of the same color results in the release of larger number of Pikmin seeds. We also found ways to group Pikmin by color. I can hold A to grab one for a moment, or can press X to dismiss them all. Fire. Fire should be a natural enemy of the Pikmin, but on closer examination I found red Pikmin to be impervious to it. It is fascinating. The reds continue through the flames, completely oblivious to any Pikmin burning around them. 5 more parts. If I can just find 5 more parts, Dolphin will be fully rebuilt, but time is growing short. I must not flag in my search. Even if I cannot recover every piece, I will not give up. Surely some of these parts aren't absolutely necessary. I can almost see my smiling family. Obsolete parts. There are now only X amount of parts that I still need to retrieve. Will I be able to recover the remaining parts in X more days? Surely there are some parts that are not absolutely necessary. If my ship is not completed by day 30, the only way I find out is to try to lift off. I just recalled the day I took my son for a ride in the spaceship. He was so happy. I should tell him of this journey when I return. And I shall return. I must! I can already see the look of wonder on his precious face, and as I describe my adventures with the Pikmin. Olimar is down. I've been careless, sustaining damage beyond my ship's space limits. My crisis transport system saved me, but I lost all the Pikmin that I had with me. I must pay close mind to my spacesuit damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. I can press A by the dolphin to repair my suit. Partial extinction. What exactly are these Pikmin? One could classify them as both plant and animal. They mature from leaf to bud and finally to blossom. When all of one color are lost, the onion instinctively puts out new seeds. How does it know to do this? Well, a mysterious life form. Pikmin extinction. The Pikmin have all perished because of my own carelessness. I am utter disgrace as a leader. How can I continue to collect parts without them? Still, the onions join me in low orbit, as if this Pikmin extinction had never happened. I shan't sleep tonight. Pikmin left behind. Pikmin that I did not bring back to the onion all vanished overnight. It may well be that they have fallen prey to plants' nocturnal creatures, an ugly thought. Perhaps that's why they follow me into the atmosphere. I'm starting to grasp the cycles of life on this planet. Pikmin maturity. I've seen that at times, the leaf atop a Pikmin's head will grow into a bud and then a flower. It appears that if I do not pick the Pikmin sprouts, they gradually bloom over time. Fascinating. This melding of plant and animal traits is surely unique in the natural world. I have found the increased swiftness of the flower Pikmin to be of tremendous benefit. Also, my diligent observation has recorded instances in which flower Pikmin lost in battle have left seeds behind. This is why on days after fierce battles, I occasionally find new sprouts growing. Route chosen. I have made a new discovery. The Pikmin can choose their own routes. But does this indicate rational thought or just basic instinct? Unfortunately, I cannot determine at this point, but I'll be vigilant in my studies though. This log happens when you find yellow Pikmin and also discovered the bomb rocks. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can mold bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as the bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X or when they grab one for a moment by holding A. This one appears when yellow Pikmin have been discovered, but you haven't discovered bomb rocks. I encountered yellow Pikmin deep in the Forest of Hope. The only visible difference between them and the reds is their abnormally large ears. I've noticed they fly higher than the reds when thrown. Perhaps they have other abilities as well. Close observation is necessary. The following logs pretty much depict enemies. Armored Cannon Beetle. This creature spits out massive rocks and boasts an impenetrable shield that repels all Pikmin attacks. Just before splitting out a boulder, it sucks in large breaths of air. Perhaps this air hole will provide a clue to its weakness. Beady Longlegs. This creature is so large it will tower over the dolphin. All the Pikmin can do is cling to its feet and try to slow it down. Its large round torso is its sole weak point. Since yellow Pikmin fly highest, they should be most effective against it. Breadbug. This pesky scavenger is truly annoying. It attempts to steal spoils of the Pikmin and in battle. If Pikmin chase it too far, they can be dragged into its lair along with its food. It may look weak, but its appearance is deceiving. Burrowing Snaggerot. This large subterranean lifeform suddenly erupts from underground to feast on nearby Pikmin. Its body is covered in slick scales which render Pikmin attacks completely ineffective. Surely it has a weak point somewhere. Candy Pop Bud. When I throw Pikmin into this flower, they are popped right back out. I have named this very particular bloom the Candy Pop Bud. It's strange, no matter what colour Pikmin I throw in, the ones that pop out match up the flower's colour. Dwarf and Spotty Bulborbs. The most plentiful species on the planet. They are quite ferocious despite their appearance, using a massive jaws to swallow Pikmin whole. Frontal assaults result in disaster. Attacks from behind are more successful. Attacking their legs is also effective. Emperor Bullbacks. My radar indicates that a gigantic member of the Bulborb species has swallowed Dolphin's final part. Yet, how am I to attack this gargantuan beast? Testing the explosive power of the bomb rocks, the yellow pigment enough may prove valuable. Fiery blowhog. I wonder just how this plant's life forms evolved. This creature belches fire of all things. Once the pigmen get caught up in the inferno, there is nothing that can be done. If only they had the power to face such flames without fear of burning. Gulix. Within the transparent gel that envelops this organism are two nuclei that appear to make up its actual torso, and most likely its entire nerve center. The nuclei look like they're hard, but I believe there must be some way to crack them. Honeywisp. This timid creature flies around collecting nectar from flowers. It typically hides itself, but shaking flowers can reveal its presence. The nectar it collects appears to be the pigmen's favorite food. They instantly bloom when they eat it. Iridescent flint beetle. This creature's hypnotic reflective body is quite hard, giving it a good defense against pigment attacks. Why then do the pigmen chase it in such a frenzy? I wonder if it will undergo any change if I hit it directly with pigmen. Mamunta. This seems to be a gentle, flower-loving creature, but if angered, it is fierce. Its mighty open hand smack. It reminds me of the time back home when a mosquito landed on my head and my wife tried to get it. Pearly Clamp Clam. One would expect this creature to be a mollusk of the sea, but the fact that it is also found in the forest is typical of this plant's oddities. The pearl that rests inside appears to be one of great value, but is actually a trap. Puffstool. This creature's cap is elastic, negating any pigment attacks. Attacking its lower torso works better, but the puffstool lets out spores that turn the pigment into mushrooms, which then attack me. They return to normal when shaken off. Puffy Blowhog. This is a large-bodied flying organism, but it's possible that its interior is as empty as a blimp. If I can land a large number of pigmen on it, they might be able to ground it, and once it's down, it will feel my sprout's rage. Sheargrub. Today I've learned something new about these creatures' behavioral patterns. They're very vexing bugs. They chew apart the bridges that the pigmen build, or the effort the pigmen went to. I must watch for these pests. Smoky Prog. This hideous beast comes from a strange hard egg. Its monster-like body is wrapped in an unpleasant gas that suffocates any pigment that inhales it. Attacking its head is successful, but it's best to eliminate in egg form. Wollywog. There is a troublesome creature by the water. It immediately tries to jump on and squash a pigman, so if I do not quickly issue commands, the pigmen get flattened. If they could use their strength to hold down the beast, could I still jump? And these following logs pretty much detail the areas that are opened up to you. The distant spring. There appears to be a large cluster of parts here. If my calculations are correct, then I should be able to recover virtually all of my missing ship parts, but not quite all of them. Fortunately, there still seems to be some pieces that remain unaccounted for. I must find X more parts to further increase the dolphin's range. The Forest Nouvelle. Deep within the Forest Nouvelle there are even stranger creatures wandering around than I've ever encountered. But as long as I am with the pigmen, I have nothing to fear. There appears to be many parts here. I need X more parts in order to increase the dolphin's range. The Forest of Hope. It appears that many of my ship parts have landed in this region. If I could just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I would only have to press Y to locate my parts. Yet there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to the ship. Stand in front of it and press A to make the spacesuit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. This plays when you unlock the distant spring. I've managed to increase the range of the dolphin. Looking for the dolphin's portal as it launches even higher into the sky, I see a vast wetland in the deepest parts of the forest. I shall call it the distant spring. I can begin my exploration of it tomorrow. For now, I must sleep. And this happens when you unlock the final trial. The last but a single part remains. Since I've recovered 29 of the missing parts, the dolphin's power is near capacity. In the forest that's below, I see a region where the final part must lie. Clearly, this is my final trial. My life support system fails in X amount of days. Courage. And this is when you unlock the Forest Nouvelle. With its newly increased functions, the dolphin now lifts higher into the planet's atmosphere. I see a great depression in the woods beneath me. It looks like a belly button in the vast forest. Now that my ship is more stable, I should be able to set it down from there. And this is one that only appears if you linger in an area after a new one has been unlocked. Hope has begun to well up within me for the dolphin's repair and my own chances of a reunion with my dear family. Tomorrow I shall go forth with a new attitude and continue my exploration in a different region. I hope the fortune will smile upon me. The following logs are apparently entries that are written when Olimar has nothing else to say, pretty much. And they are usually about the memories of his life in Hocketate or about the pigman's nature. And these are probably the ones that I like the most, pretty much. To obtain them all, you have to go to sunset every day, and you must also never leave the impact site to get these entries. Day 2. When I see the pigmen engage in fierce battle with other creatures of this world, I often grow uneasy, wondering why they never attack me. Could it be that they actually view me as a parental figure? A strange, disturbing thought. Day 3. I wonder if I shall be able to escape from this world. How much suffering I must endure before I can finally see my family back home again. Still, when my heart grows too heavy, I take comfort in my efforts. I will get home, or I will expire trying. Day 4. The creatures of this planet breathe a deadly poisonous gas, oxygen. At present my spacesuit can't filter the oxygen out, but if the batteries for my life support system should fail, I shudder to think about it. Day 5. No matter how many of their compatriots fall in battle, the pigmen fight on. Would this have been a peaceful planet had I never come? No. Surely the pigmen lived like this before my arrival. They must have. In any case, I must not waver if I hope to return home. My task now is to do whatever I can to recover all the dolphin's missing parts. Day 6. I wonder if all these pigmen are waiting for me to arrive. No, not necessarily me, but an alien being like me who could fight alongside them. On this planet there are weak species, but maybe they see that they can use the power of an alien brain to climb to the top of the natural order. Such ideas make me wonder if it isn't I who is being used by them. Day 7. It has been 7 days since I crashed on this planet. My reflection in the mirror is looking a little gaunt, and to think my wife warned me not to gain too much weight on this vacation. Ha! The thought made me chortle. She would surely be surprised to see me now. It feels as if there's been many years since I saw her last. Day 8. This is an ever surprising ecosystem. What has caused this plant vegetation to grow to such gigantic portions? In comparison to the pigmen and the other creatures of this planet, the scale of planet life here seems inexplicable. Perhaps long ago, creatures of incomprehensible size walked the surface of this planet. Just imagine! Day 9. Occasionally, when I look behind me, I make some very amusing discoveries. The pigmen all seem to follow me in the same fashion, but they are always individual specimens that end up performing the wrong actions. I suppose if there are capable pigmen, there also must be clumsy, dim-witted pigmen as well. That is the natural way of things. Day 11. My people were born out to sea of stars to come down to Hocketate, and when we complete our lives, we return to the great ocean of stars. But since these pigmen come from depths of soil, surely to the soil they shall return. How very poetic, while it is all alien to me. The basic premise is universally beautiful. Day 12. At times, these seemingly emotionless pigmen will act with blind urgency. For instance, the pigmen who so tiredly dig up grass. What could be driving them to do so? Is it merely the promise of a sweet taste of nectar, or is it some basic instinct that is beyond my capacity to understand? Will I ever know? Day 13. At first glance, the pigmen have such innocent faces, but this is misleading. They can actually be surprisingly whimsical. After leaving the group, they dig up plants on their own and frolic about, sometimes never returning to the onion. When I find none following me, I begin to worry. I must pay careful mind to their movements. Day 14. Gradually, my repairs to the dolphin continue. This ship is like a part of me. One could even say that it's tied to my very existence. Yes, it was a long one, might say epic journey, going from mere repairman to captain of my own ship, but now I'm rambling. Day 15. Looking from this planet into the skies above, I see the pale white moon floating overhead. It brings to mind memories of the moon back home. I bet that even now my wife and children are sitting at home, gazing at our pale red moon. Hang on, dear ones, your Olimar will return someday. Day 16. When I'm surrounded by legions of pigmen, I always picture the face of my boss, the head of Pilots Union. He was always so sharp-tongued with his orders, but I imagine he must have felt the way I do now. It is funny how a change in perspective can bring with it a deeper understanding of others. Day 17. I can't help but hear a slow hissing sound inside my head. It seems that stress is causing the last of my hair to fall out. My wife always warned me not to let little things bother me, to prepare for the bigger things instead. Very well, I shall heed her sage words. This shall be the last time I count my precious strands. 1, 2. Day 18. Today's dinner is instant space noodles, once again. It feels as if I've been eating it forever, and I never liked it too much to begin with. Certainly I did not want to drain my savings. Perhaps I should not have budgeted so tightly. How I long for my wife's cooking. Day 19. I cannot seem to sleep. At night I am overcome with uneasiness. I am the only one to have ever stood on this planet. The pigmen follow my orders, but frankly I have no idea what they could be thinking. Ah yes, it brings the faces of my children to mind. May I have courage. Day 20. I've been preoccupied with my own problems, but I'm certain that my worries pale beside my family's fear for my safety. I am always amazed at how much my children have changed when I return from a lovely trip. Even with their father gone, the children grow. When I return, I shall load up my family and take them with me for a change. Day 21. I have had a horrible dream last night. I was home. My wife was cooking the pick brand carrots I love so much, and I was eating them. Though I had eaten my fill, she kept bringing more fresh carrots until my mouth was full. I woke gasping for breath. I am certain that it's because these pigmen reminded me of these carrots that I had such a dream. Day 22. I am always intrigued as to whether or not such a vast number of pigmen can truly sleep inside such a small onion. What sort of vessel is it inside? Does it transcend the laws of physics somehow? Just once, I would like to have the chance to see it for myself. Day 23. My daughter, who was always so sweet in her youth, has become so precocious lately. I can only imagine how many headaches she has caused her mother in my absence. Haha! With her parentage, I am certain she'll grow into a beautiful woman. Still, as a father, a daughter's beauty is a seed that blooms nothing but worry. Day 24. 24 days have passed since I began my search for the pigmen. They are an ever mysterious life form. They grow like plants do, but they are also mobile and active like animals are. Individually, they seem weak, but in truth, I am beginning to believe that they could be an exceptionally mighty species if properly organized. I certainly hope so. Day 25. I've been stranded on this planet for some time, and I've grown used to my life here. At times, I even find it quite bearable. I know that as soon as I return, I'll once again be subjected to daily ridicule by my despicable boss. If only it could be a pigman. No! I must not think such things. I have a family. I will not give up. Ever. Day 26. At this point, I no longer care what happens. Surely not even the last minute push can guarantee my success. Now that I think about it, my wife says that I give up too easy. What does she know anyway? When did she become a licensed psychiatrist? Now I'm upset. I guess I will just go to sleep early tonight. Day 27. I suppose I've done well to get by without much motivation. I have made it this far without any hope. I must do all that I can with what time I have remaining. Vigilance, Olimar. Vigilance. Day 28. I don't have much to write today. When I inspected the onion's legs, I saw that they were covered by tiny little hairs. It was kind of disturbing. And that is pretty much all of Olimar's possible voyage logs. 68 messages. That was probably boring as heck. But anyway, that is it for this bonus video. And the abridged version of my Let's Play will be coming out soon. So, thank you so much for watching this, if you have watched this through truly the end. And let's grab a comment. Goodbye. And I'll see you guys next time.